Most people don't know that the Constitution is more important than the Bible. It is the most important document that governs how people exist in a society. Very, very critical. Do you know that has worse? Every Sunday they go to church and give whatever little they have to a scammer, to a fraudster, telling them rubbish about the coming kingdom of heaven. That he himself talking about it doesn't even know if it exists or not. He has a private jet. He has mansions all over the world. He builds schools, not to help the poor, but to enrich his family and his lineage. Do you see how foolish a black man is? But that man scamming you every Sunday and every Wednesday of your hard-earned money is not a thief. He's not a fraud. He's not a criminal. Do you know why? Because he promised you something you can never see, which is heaven. Because nobody has ever been to heaven. I buried my parents on the 14th. My mom hasn't come to me to say, oh, I'm in heaven and I'm having fun here. No. No one has been to heaven and back to tell us what it looks like. So the only reason why these men are flying about in their private jets is because they promised you something that no one has seen in the history of humanity. Heaven. Are you following? Are you listening to this very gospel? Now, that is number one. Number two, will your daddy GOs talk? No. The only thing that concerns them is how do we send them a code to bring tithe and offering? I bought palliative of now. What above what I have? 50 million I spent on palliative. Or should I say IPOB spent at my direction? Or at my instigation. Compare that to what your pastors have. The criminals deceiving you. I want you to go to church on Sunday and say, Pastor, why do we come to church every day? You say, hey, you're a child of God. You want to go to heaven. You are going to heaven after this, you're going to heaven. Then you ask him, Pastor, if we're all going to heaven, why do you need a private jet? Why don't you, when we get to heaven, we all have fun? Why here on this earth? And hear what the animal will tell you. Because they're all liars and deceivers and cheats. So you don't know. I'm asking them to, okay, show us heaven then. Give us a map of heaven. You're asking me for a road map. Show me a map of heaven. How many rooms are there? Describe the garden for he doesn't know. But he's here every Wednesday. You give him money. Every Sunday you pay your tithe. What is your reward? Tell me a 419 fraud that is greater than this one. A promise. 419 is promise. Oh, I promise to deliver this, but first of all, send me your money. I promise to send you a airport, but first of all, give me money. It's a promise. And how do you know what is a fraud? They promise you something, and without saying it, they will ask for money. Is that not what they do every Sunday? And that is not godliness. This evening, I'll teach you what is godliness. That's why I was asking for them to come. None of them agreed. Come, let me destroy them. I'll just shred them to pieces. And their churches will be empty on Sunday. Maybe they're not that daft after all. I wanted one of them to show up. And I promise that your churches will be empty. By the time I finish with you, your churches will be empty. That fraud you're committing every Sunday will come to an end. Now, they say clear conscience fears no accusation. And some of them petitioned me to say, what you're saying and the way you're saying it is not all that great. You know, why don't you calm down a little bit or take it easy? Some people are good. I said, if your conscience is clear, then why are you panicking? I asked. If you have nothing to be afraid of, can you please tell me why you are panicking? Tell me why. They can't tell me. They cannot tell me. Now,